Ladies and gentlemen, in case you forgot, I am a rapper. In fact, it's one of the only few things that I can actually confidently call myself.
That's a
But
lie.
in this world of rapping and stuff, I have only two people that I am actually genuinely afraid of. And today, for the third episode of Smartass, I am sitting next to one of those people. Mr. Fear Tape, Mr. Freedom Tape, Mr. Awareness Playlist, Mr. Most Improved Player from Pla Awards 2019, and now, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Type Tape Prequel himself, Colourful.Melancholy!
He said third episode. Where's the first episode?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, Smartass is a show where we focus on here to explain his latest art piece. Art piece. Now, I don't even know where to start, B.
Otherwise, you won't hear anything. Can I like make it do this? Or does it have to hide?
Doesn't have to hide.
Oh, so can I do this?
Sorry, guys, this is his first interview.
It is my first interview with him.
I'm taking his interview virginity.
No, you haven't actually. That's why I said with you.
Oh, you have another interview.
Yeah.
It was with the girl who you didn't know that you were hurting throughout your period of simply knowing her. I remember because she cried to me.
I wasn't hurting. Like, she was given life by the fact that I knew her. And
Ooh.
she was hurting when, like, I just vanished. And I didn't vanish because I was ghosting her. I vanished because I vanished from everyone. And she just felt it the hardest. And
You wanna look into the camera and give
I'm
her
not
young
talking to the
You
camera.
wanna look right there and just say, yo, I'm sorry you missed me.
Yo. There's something you did on the last Smartass where you like went into it line by line. Are we gonna do something like that?
Absolutely.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Would that be smart ass if we didn't go into it line by line, letter by letter,
pull up.
punctuation by punctuation?
Pull up.
Aye, man.
This is exciting.
I got the lyrics right here for me.
Oh, word?
Yeah, because, you know, I have a really interesting relationship with words. Aye.
Got the lyrics right here with me. Cool.
No need to come on my platform and prove that you're the better rapper. That you even remember your lines.
Memorizing lines doesn't make you the better rapper. Being a better rapper makes you a better rapper. Not to say that I'm the better rapper.
All right, bro. Kick us off.
How the fuck does Gears in Motion even start?
I got you, baby. That's what I'm good at. Alarm plays 7 in the morning, yawning when I stretch, recite the sonnet that I left upon my wake. You see my dreamscape.
It lets me do the talking.
Oh, no, you're not rapping, you're explaining.
Yeah, I know, but like, you see my dreamscape, you're ending at mid-sentence, that's weird.
Woo!
So, alarm play,
Yeah.
7, so like, alright, alarm play 7 in the morning, yawning when I stretch. That's pretty easy. I wake up 7 in the morning, you know what I mean? Alarm wakes me up.
Do you though?
It depends actually. You know, there's times when I wake up later, but there's times where I wake up earlier. Like I've been
the best time?
But yeah, 7. When I wake up at 7, that's like my wake up time. If I wake up early, it's like 6:30. If I wake up late, it's like 8.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Big bed.
So I wake up at 7, alarm play, 7 in the morning, yawning when I stretch. Recite the sonnet. Recite the sonnet that I left upon my wake. So recite the sonnet that I left upon my wake. You see my dreamscape, it lets me do the talking. So essentially I'm saying that my dreams are just sonnets, bro. So like when I wake up, I just reflect on the dream I just had. I just reflect on the sonnet that I just experienced. And then I go on to describe, I go on to explain that, the sonnet that I'm talking about is the dreamscape that lets me do the talking.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. You know what I thought, bro?
What did you thought, bro?
I thought that, like, you wrote bars in last night and you woke up, rolled out of bed, and you were like, yo, these bars I wrote last night were hot. Yo, let me actually... Because that's how you told me, that's how you get so good at your lines and memorizing them, is because you religiously...
Yeah, it's not even like I'm not even doing it to like get from point A to B. It's just because I really fuck with what I write so much that like I rap my own raps to myself in my head all the time.
But this
is that pretentious? I don't care.
I want to have a sheesh.
Wow. I must have a sheesh counter in the bottom. One sheesh. Two sheeshas. Three sheeshai.
Oh man, 3 sheeshai. Alright, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you see my dreamscape, it lets me do the talking.
Yeah. Yeah, see my dreamscape, it lets me do the talking. Like, your dreamscape is really a reflection of all the things you like, you know, that you like, not even all the things that you experience, the things that you experience that like seep into subconscious level, you know what I mean? The stuff that you experience in your dreamscape is essentially you just talking to yourself, like, through your inner self.
Yeah.
You know, you can't dream about shit you don't experience, but like, it's weird.
Yeah,
Your teeth don't fall out. You know,
Yeah,
you're not
true.
always being chased by the army. You know what I mean? But like, it's just like an acknowledgement of how important the dreams are. Like, dreams show you where your mindset is. Like, if you have a turbulent mindscape, you have a turbulent dreamscape.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right. Should I say the lines or are you going to say the lines?
Should I say it? I can say them. I don't have
Yeah, you should say it.
bet. Can I say them?
Aren't you looking like sexy?
You have
Sitting
the words out, so I'm like, it's your
guy's
show.
just sitting back,
I don't
he's
want to
like,
fucking...
I'm done explaining. You may proceed to say my lyrics. Nigga, no. You are going to say...
100%. You see, my dreamscape, it lets me do the talking. So I paint a hyperbolic chamber crawling over undertakers. So I was like... Some would say that I was smart as a kid in high school. You know, I know what hyperbolic means because of maths. You know what I mean? So obviously the whole over-under, because crawling over-under, that hyperbolic graph type situation. But at the same time, if you watch DBZ...
Yeah!
That's it.
The hyperbolic time chamber, or the room of spirit and time, is a place in the Dragon Ball universe where time is much different than what we know. One day equals one whole year inside of this room. The place is also full of unsafe elements.
100%. 100%.
In the hyperbolic chamber.
100%. So is that whole situation of how, you know, you can experience like a whole week in a dream, and that dream only lasted like a minute in reality, you know what I mean? So I paint that hyperbolic chamber, and then I just took hyperbolic wordplay, crawling over undertakers. And like, since it's a dreamscape, you know what I mean? Crawling over undertakers, and then I go on to say dodging death, because what's an undertaker? Exactly. So
I love that. I just want to point it out already that I love that shit. Like, and I was working, you know what I'm saying, on like the lyric videos. And like that was probably like the hardest part. It's like separating where does one line end and one line begin. But I think what's even prettier with this is that where does one concept end and when does another new concept that's feeding off the last concept
we've had
begin.
this conversation before, like how, like my writing style, that's just my writing style. Remember how we spoke about I write the verse top to bottom. If there's something in the verse that needs to get edited, I need to change the whole verse, because every line feeds into every line. So like when I write a verse, the verse is a body of work. It's not like first 4 bars is this concept, second bars is this it's like everything bleeds into everything. It's like a fucking I don't want to say scale. What's that? What's like it's like a graph, not a graph. It's like a when something is like hot here and it's cold here and it like a spectrum. Zama for the win.
Zama's like a word
Zama
guy
for
today.
the Zama's on
Seven
his
is
shit,
like a word
bruh.
guy. And he's drinking Black Label, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to be wordsy, get
So-
your ass Black Label.
I really write spectrum
At this
type
rate,
verse.
Black Label should drop a dictionary. Yeah.
Yeah, my verses are really spectrumy. So like everything bleeds into everything. So like I feel like that's what makes it sometimes hard. Some people say I'm deep and I'm not deep at all. I don't consider myself deep. But like that's what
Deep in what sense?
like people like so when I say
When you
deep,
hear people say deep, what do you think they say?
I can give you examples. I can't,
Alright,
you know,
cool.
like I think people like KRS-One are deep and people of that nature. And I don't think I rap like KRS-One, like that plus deep. You know what I mean? You have to like sit down and like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
my shit,
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's some thought involved, but like it's not like deep thoughts. It's just like thought. It's just like, oh shit, you actually did. It's like the words are doing backflips. That's what it is. And I wouldn't consider that deep. That's just playful.
Yeah.
But like, there's so much in playfulness. It's mad.
We on like what? Sheesh number 3. Please correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
You've lost counts. Counter has lost counts.
Alright, aye man. Okay, you dodging death.
Dodging death and misbehavior seems to be the savior. Let me stop there because it's a comma.
Yeah.
Dodging death and misbehavior seems to be the savior. I feel like for a large portion of my life, I've been like very, you know, do what you're told and you'll get from A to B. And that shit does work. Do what you're told and you will get from A to B. But like, you won't even like know you're moving. You won't even know that you're a point going from A to B. You're just like the zombie that's just following instruction. You know what I mean? If that's your thing, go ahead. That's pretty cool. That's not an issue at all. You know what I mean? But like, I've been misbehaving a lot recently, and like in my misbehaving,
Question mark.
misbehaving, full stop.
Misbehaving?
Misbehaving.
I'm gonna tell the kids at home how to misbehave, you know? Because it seems to be the same. Are we not trying to, you know, save the kids? Are we
It
not?
seems to. That's what I imply that it seems to be the savior because I don't know shit, man. What's right for me is wrong for you. You know what I mean? So for me personally, there's a lot of like shit that I've learned about myself through my misbehaving endeavors. Because it's like, once you do what you're not told and you survive, it's like, why am I not told to do this? You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you find out, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to do this because she's gonna get pregnant. but then other
Misbehavior.
times, you know, other times you just realize that it's just shit like fear holding people back from like being alive, dog. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of dumb shit I get up to with my friends that like really get your heart beating, and then you're like, damn, there's this, huh? Who's here? Bed.
Respect. So yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's a lot of discovery of self that comes with walking off the trail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot more to the human being than do this and do this and do this and do this and do this. And like, I know people who do this and do this and do this and they're very content and they're very happy. But I realize that that's not what I want for myself. You know what I mean? So there's some misbehavior that taught me really core fundamental things about self that I don't need to get into here, because let's have that conversation in person if you want to know me.
And despite all that deep shit, death, savior.
Cool.
I didn't even know I did that. This guy.
That's dope. Yeah, seems to be the same.
Savior, you strictly follow lead. I slice it with an eraser.
Ah,
That's
for the throwaway.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
one of Trinzic's favorite lines. There's a lot going on there, but not a lot, but there's a lot. You know, you strictly follow lead. You know, like follow lead, like when you're being led. You
Yeah.
know, but follow lead like pencil. You know. I slice it with an eraser, like razor, but eraser like eraser
Razor.
for the lead.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And also that ties into like the misbehavior shit. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
that's just a nice play of words. I slice it with an eraser. You waiting on my Ted? I'm plotting Peter Griffin. That's one of Wendy's favorite lines also. So there's this really talented genius named Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Whoa. This man created this show called Family Guy.
Aight.
You know what I mean?
It's okay.
It's pretty fucking genius.
right?
It's
Pretty fucking genius. Alright, cool. We'll go and watch How I Met Your Mother together, whatever. Family Guy. Seth MacFarlane created this show called Family Guy, and the main character of Family Guy is this guy called Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Cool. Family Guy is this show that's been around since 1999. I think they're on like their 18th season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's like, and they're still hard, like consistency over this
And they're still
long
creating
time. And they're
episodes.
still creating episodes today.
Jeez,
This
jeez.
same genius named Seth MacFarlane created this movie called Ted.
Oh, for real, Seth.
Seth MacFarlane voices Ted, just like how he voices Peter.
Oh.
Peter Griffin's voice is Ted's voice. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of people who are waiting for you to drop this movie, this one big, you know, and it's like, you're waiting on my Ted? I'm plotting Peter Griffin. I'm trying to get this longevity. I'm trying to consistently pull up with the hits. I'm not trying to one-hit wonder and vanish. That's archaic. That's childish. That's dumb.
Damn.
So you're waiting on my Ted? I'm plotting Peter Griffin. Balance a split decision. That's just wordplay, because split decision, balance, you know. Talented euphemisms. That's just wordplay. That's all just wordplay, guys. That's like, come on, guys. That's just wordplay, you know, like talented euphemisms. That's just wordplay. There's
That's
no
just
dig. There's nothing I can
yeah,
dig
there's-
into. That's like the cream of the cake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's good. Pause. Telling a bitch to tag along when I go camp with Trinzic.
Bars.
Man, fuck the city. But at the same time, and at the same time, shout out to female company. You know? Me and Wendy can go like fucking camp 2 man, that's cool. But like, you know, add a female in the mixture and like, now it's a party, you know? Not to say that it's not a party without the females.
More of.
You know what
More
I mean?
of a
You know what
party.
I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Female
Right.
company is really fire. I really fuck with female company. Telling a bitch to tag along. I'm sorry for quoting the females bitches, but the bitches love it. I took some sense and made a nigga love it. Sorry. You know what I'm talking about.
I got it. You should wait.
Would I come back for you? Watch us not. To do what I had to do. Caught in okay. Bed.
Telling a dick to play the song until the last minute.
Play the song until the fucking end, man. Fuck. You know how annoying it is when you're like
Take that personally.
jamming. Oh, dude, especially if it's a jam that I'm jamming. Like, even if it's not a song that I'm jamming, like, You know, that's like whiplash. But like,
Yeah.
play the song until the end, because the artist didn't create half a song. They created a whole song. Play the song
Etiquette.
until
Etiquette,
you know what I mean? That's like please and thank you, dog. That's like don't fucking litter and play the song until the end. Fuck. I'm so mad. Telling a dick to play the song until the last minute. You see, the raps do no wrong. Every song here knows itself. The raps do no wrong. Every song here knows itself. You know, the songs are so content. Like, the songs aren't pretentious. The songs don't try to be something that they're not. The songs exist, and the songs know who they are, and the songs aren't insecure. Every song knows itself. You know what I mean? So, the raps do no wrong.
Right, so like,
It's pretty
like,
basic.
I'm sorry to like be like
Away.
like digging into.
Please
like,
dig into it, because
yeah.
I can't find depth
Like,
in it on my own.
like, are you basically saying like there is a level of, I don't know, not detachment, because detachment sounds like a wrong word. Yeah, independence rather. Like there is the song as its own entity, and you as the artist.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I am not the song, because I'm me, you know? Like the song is as much me as I am my mom. You know what I mean? Like, I created it, but that's not me. Like,
Yeah.
that song is the song. There's the song, it's the song. You know? Like, and that shit can tell you a lot about me,
Yeah.
but the song isn't me. Because if your entire being can be captured in one song, whoa, you're like a finite person.
Yeah.
That's sad. So the songs get created to stand on their own two legs and run. I don't create songs to fucking, hey guys, I'm imagining. Hey guys, I'm premonition. Hey guys, I'm to nature reserve.
Yeah.
Ugh, you know what I mean?
To like another, like, to ask like almost a question that almost delves into like your methodology. From what you've told me, you write a lot of the material before the beats are even made, right?
Yeah.
So like when you first put like word one on paper / notepad on your iPhone, like, do you know where it's going? Have you ever written a song and been like, yo, how much? Yeah, I'm just trying to gauge how much intentionality goes into it, you know?
Intentionality is a skill that I have. Is garnered the word? Garnered.
Yeah, garner.
It's a skill that I've, garnered over the past year. Because I used to not have any intentionality. Cops can attest to this. I mean, Rosebud's altruistic, the Lord. Fuck, what's his name? Tabo, shit. He can attest to this. Like, back in the day, I used to like fucking, you know, if there's a class and we're not doing anything, I just used to be like, shit, I have so much time on my hands. Alright, let me write and see where the pen takes me, see where the concept takes me. Because usually it's like, I write this line, then this line gives me the inspo for the next line.
Exactly.
You know what I
Which
mean?
leads into why you're such a connected.
You know what I mean? So I realized that intentionality is like something that has a purpose as well, something that I do need to learn how to do. So I have over the past year, stuff that I've written that I did with intention. Like, I know what I'm trying to do with this verse. I know where I want to take this verse. I know what the concept around this verse is, or this song, or whatever. That's what If was. What If was like a bunch of like points that I wrote down, you know what I mean? And I'm like, alright, I'm gonna put this into rap form, you know what I mean? This being the prequel tape, the actual time tape has a bunch of songs that like have intentionality. I went into this with an idea that I want to execute, you know what I mean? A vision that like I see it beforehand, and then I do it, and then I look at how it turns out, and I'm like, oh, okay, fine, I actually can do this. And then the more you do it, the better you get at it, and like, yeah. So there are intentional days, but there are days where sometimes you're just like, I feel like writing. Let me just get a pen and just write.
Gears in Motion, one of those?
Gears in Motion was definitely non-intentional. I just felt like writing, you know. How does Gears in Motion start again? It just created itself.
It just created itself.
You can even hear with how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Aye, man.
Damn, guys, what's the time saying?
It's saying, you see the raps do no wrong?
Every song here knows itself. And then, since every song knows itself, that means to a certain degree, I know myself. I learn about myself every day, but I know myself. So therefore, I demand a fucking thong if you're not naked in the house. I'm very pro-nudity. I'm not apologetic about that.
A thong from a man or a woman.
Anyone. Pull up.
Everyone pulls up in a thong.
100%. Have you ever seen me in a thong?
Nah.
You should pull up one day. I'll show you my thong.
I seen your
collection.
penis though.
Alright. That's good enough. I mean, you see, so if you're not naked in the house, put a thong on. Let me see some skin, bro. You know what I mean? There's so much art in skin. Memes taught me that. Like, fucking, there's so much art in
that's
skin, dog.
Sweeping declaration. The rest of this interview is us naked.
I'm not about to get naked for it. I'll take my shirt off. I'll take my pants off. I'll keep my underwear on. If you're serious.
Shirt off.
You want to take them off?
Shirt off. Fire. Right. So yeah, you're just very pro nudity.
I'm very pro nudity. I'm very pro skin. I feel like your relationship with self is the most important relationship you'll ever have. Like, if your relationship with self is shaky, all your other relationships are going to be shaky. So that starts with being cozy in your own skin. You know what I mean? That's just my 2 cents. So I demand a fucking thong if you're not naked in the house. Anita Baker in a blouse and Rico Nasty in the kitchen. So this is just, you know, females, bro.
I'm like, oh man, can't swing this one. It's gotta be what it is, and it is what it's gotta be.
You know, if you can be Anita Baker in a blouse and Rico Nasty in the kitchen.
What do you mean by those metaphors?
Anita Baker, when I think of Anita Baker, I think of like very, like, you know, like, reserved, put together, very strong-minded, strong-willed. You know your facts. You read your books. You know what I mean. Those very, like, you know, And then Rico Nasty in the kitchen. You know, I didn't want to say Rico Nasty in the sheets because that's basic as shit. So like, be nasty and, you know, let's take it to the kitchen. Let's have food fights. Let's cook. Let's get dirty. Let's read books and shit. But let me give you a choke slam on the bed. You know, let's.
That's the big show.
Why not on the stove?
I mean, if you can take
the
heat,
countertop.
you know what I mean. Everything that y'all are saying is facts. You know what I mean. Like, don't confine yourself to the books, but don't confine yourself to the streets. Like. Be Anita Baker and be Rico Nasty.
Balance a split decision.
Talented euphemisms.
Right on. Alrighty.
Anita Baker in a blouse and Rico Nasty in the kitchen. Call your mates so we can talk about mortality and wishing. That's just like touching on, like, my friends and I have some really fire conversations. And if you are pulling through with not fire conversations, then you're not in the space.
Yeah.
We don't want you here if you're gonna come and talk about things that
I'm really sorry to cut in with something that's like way off topic. You know, like something I realized recently and that I've been like kind of aching to tweet is like conversation's slightly overrated, eh?
Conversation's slightly overrated.
Yeah.
Why do you mean? How do you mean?
You know, I think communication trumps conversation.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, I think
100%.
And I guess I was also just thinking, like, in a situation.
That's the tweet. Communication trumps conversation. That's the tweet.
Actually,
there we go.
Say no more. Say less.
Say less.
Conversations. We suckers for conversations. I know that to be very true. We love conversations.
And like I spoke about it. Where did I speak? In like a previous tape. Where like. Conversations range from expectations placed on ladies by society to how the fucking eye can see. What song is that?
No, but wasn't that on the winners playlist?
Earthy Color Day. First song on Freedom Tape.
Jeez,
conversations range from expectations placed on ladies by society to how the fucking eye can see. Then I reiterated the tape.
Lovely connection.
You know what I mean?
There.
And now I'm like, call your mates so we can talk about mortality and wishing.
Death, savior.
Oh, and I love the juxtaposition. I'm Colourful.Melancholy, guys. I love
dream, wish.
You know what I love most? On my personally,
My tea's cold.
like, my tea's gone.
There we go. You took the tea thing right.
I think, like, before even the verse ends, is already like, it's gears in motion, and like, apart from like the run-on lines, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're not even gonna speak about how, if we dive into literature, what is a sonnet and how it compares to this boy's rhyme scheme. You know what I'm saying? We're not even gonna go into that. But what we will go into right now is how alarm blare.
Yeah.
You waking up 7 a.m, hopefully from your bed. And right now, we're Fire Rico Nasty in the kitchen. There is movement. There is literal movement in the fucking verse. There is movement. There is living. There is... Alright.
Yeah, man. Imagery is a big part of my writing. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna cut you off one last time.
Go ahead.
That's why I think you're like one of the best.
Right.
Like, I think your imagery is... There's very few people that can touch that level of imagery where you're painting an image not just of the world, you know what I'm saying? You're not just
Yeah.
rapping the grass is green, the wall is brown. You know what I'm saying? You're not just doing that, you know what I'm saying? And that has its own place. You're basically saying the grass like emerald in her necklace that I lick sometimes like asparagus. You know, saying yeah. And then there's meaning in why the grass is green. There is meaning, there's messages.
You came up with that on the spot, dog, and you think I'm the better rapper. Fuck you.
No, you're the better rapper. But yeah, alright, man.
Average is in remission when my energy is free. See the sky turning pink. No such thing as make believe when I'm with you. And that's pretty self-explanatory. Average is in remission when my energy is free. I hope everyone knows what remission means.
Remission. A lessening of amount due, as in either work or money or intensity of a thing.
So average is in remission. Energy is... average is there. Average is fading. Average is going away when my energy is free. See the sky turning pink. No such thing as make believe when I'm with you. I don't know who you is. I think you is everyone because I really fuck with people, but I fuck with myself. Yeah.
I'm always working on something, I keep the gears in motion. Dominic Toretto, we learn to bend the metal.
I saw the serpent, she sensed the sensei within my soul. Quentin Tarantino, rocking a sexy speedo. I'm always working on something, I keep the gears in motion. That's pretty self-explanatory. I'm always working on something. Gears are in motion all the time. Even if it's not on a project. If I'm not working on a project, I'm working on self. You saw that coming. You know who I am. 100%.
Yeah.
I keep the gears in motion. Dominic Toretto. If anyone's familiar with Fast and Furious, those motherfuckers stay changing their gears. Gears are always in motion.
Family.
Dominic Toretto.
Family. Hobbs. Hobbs was coming.
Braun.
Lenny.
We learn to bend the metal. That's just like, you know, like if no such thing as make believe and I'm with you, that means anything's possible. That means we learn to bend the metal. You don't even don't restrict your imagination to we learn to bend the metal. Like we can just look at the metal and bend that shit. Like
bro.
average is in remission, guys. Like
Exactly.
humans are so limitless.
Just like Dominic Toretto. Have you seen the shit that nigga does? Definitely.
Yeah, that guy beat up The Rock, dog.
Right? That guy beat up The Rock. That's a weird thing to say. He said he beat up The Rock. Alrighty then.
I understood, then it became literally my...
Alright. We learned to bend the rock.
Chasing time, dog.
We
We're
learned
running to the finish line.
Alright, okay.
Saw the serpent, she sensed the sensei within my soul. Quentin Tarantino, rocking a sexy speedo. I don't know, that line with the alliteration and the serpent and the sensei, it felt very Kill Bill for me. That's why I added Quentin Tarantino there at the end, because like I saw the serpent, she sensed the sensei within my soul, and like, you know what I mean. In Kill Bill, there's some character called the Viper or
Come
the Viper
on.
Gang. That Medi she's not wearing a
They're
speedo,
all
but she's
named
wearing
after, they're all named
spandex.
after snakes. Actually.
Word?
Yeah. All
Oh
of them.
shit!
Yeah, Black
That's the
Mom,
that happens.
Cottonmouth.
That actually.
Yeah, they're all named after snakes.
I did that on purpose. And then Bill is like the sensei, and like also like that lady before she went to go kill Bill, she was probably like Bill's like disciple or whatever, and she also had a name or something. The main character, the blonde lady from Kill Bill.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
She was, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you know, I'm like Bill.
Mm.
So come kill me. That's
Huh?
corny as
Alright, cool. You don't need to say it
rapping
twice, by the
sexy
way.
speedo.
Let me help you.
Yeah. No, I already said, you know, sexy speedo. I went to bed with Bino playing in the back. I am a big Childish Gambino fan. I think that man is talented. Yeah. So I've fallen asleep to Bino many a time.
Yeah.
So I went to bed with Bino playing in the back.
Just for trivia's sake.
Yeah.
Name like one song you know you've jammed so hard from Childish Gambino that you probably did play it until you
Flights of the Navigator.
There we go.
100%. That's my song. Yeah.
There's something about him back in that time, in that age, you know what I'm saying, where he was still full hip hop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but like, you know, I understand his growth. I see where he's going. I see what he did.
Actually, I
and
see a
that's
lot of
fine.
that now in you.
See no hate, it's only hurt because your defense is an attack. Take the target off your back to lose your baggage. That is like one of the most important lines I've ever written in my life. But like, we'll get there. Take the target. So, see no hate, it's only hurt because your defense is an attack. That's pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of people walking around. Did you just switch it off? It died. Oh, that's so sad. Are you still good? You're sprinting towards the finish now.
This always happens.
I
There's
know.
a regular here, smart ass.
100%. So, so, you know, a lot of people are walking around, you know, fucking defensive high walls, trying to prove themselves, trying to this, that, you know what I mean? You shooting at other niggas because you don't want to get shot first, you know? Like, there's a lot of hurt people out there because like they're so afraid of being genuine, because they're so afraid of being judged for their genuineness, because they have been judged for their genuineness. It's like the saddest thing ever, because like the higher your walls, the higher that person's walls, and the higher their walls, the higher it's just like a fucking
A ripple effect.
domino ripple effect of insecurity, and it's like getting us nowhere. That's what keeps us like here, dude. There's a conversation me and Trinsic were having yesterday about like how you hop on Twitter and everyone is stressing you about getting the bag, and like
Facts. Yeah.
like guys, there's so much more to life than money. Like, not to say that don't go get the bag, but like if the bag is your life, chills, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
like
That's
just,
fucking facts.
you know?
Yeah.
And then I go on to say, take the target off your back to lose your baggage. Because the people are very attacking because they're defensive, because they feel like they're being attacked. So they're walking around with these huge ass targets on their back, constantly feeling like people are fucking poking their wounds, stabbing them in the back when I'm not even looking at you funny. I just farted. You know? You know? Sometimes you're just staring off into space in the bus and niggas think that you're staring at them. Like, no, dude. I'm fucking looking at my
bro.
imagination.
Damn, man. That sound like came from a personal place, boy.
I've had a lot of experiences of me just minding my business and then people think I'm infiltrating enemy lines, dog.
Yeah.
And that time I get out, dog. I'm just like asking myself what I'm gonna eat later.
Those are like just the insecurities that people carry.
100%. Those are the
basically-
targets that they have on their backs, dude. Constantly thinking if someone is looking at me, they're plotting against me.
Yeah.
That's sad. Take the target off your back to lose your baggage. Difference is the advantage. We meant to make up a salad. You know what I mean? Like, Earth would be very bland if everyone thought exactly the same. If everyone viewed the world the same. Like, imagine a world full of artists. Imagine a world full of engineers. Imagine a world full of pastors. Imagine a world full of one thing.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that's like very bland. We meant to make up a salad. And then the next few lines are just wordplay. There's no depth there. It's just like,
before you go
Oh,
into
yeah.
those, it's like I love the fact then that the idea that's being built up, that quite possibly the things that you are insecure about are the things that make you different, are the things that give you an advantage, that make you a very key core and critical component in the mixture of people and beings and things and energies that exist.
you're like
in
a
this
man
bowl.
who gets it, dog. You're like a man who gets it.
Do I,
literally.
or did we
You
have this
do.
conversation
I mean-
before this interview, and henceforth I meant
If we had the conversation, that means I schooled you on the shit. That means you get
I still
it.
get it.
At
It
the
needs to
end
pay
of
off.
the day, 2
Yeah.
plus 2 is 4, dog. You know.
Yeah, that's facts.
So yeah. Everyone is just insecure about a lot of shit, and the stuff that you're insecure about is the stuff that makes you like so fire, like more often than not. It's absurd to me. It goes with that quote. I'm referencing this nigga a lot, but whatever. This blood told me about this quote by Bob Marley where he was like, "My fear is my greatest courage." You know what I mean? Like, run towards that thing that makes you fearful. Like, don't put the fear in front of you. Put that shit behind you and let
Yeah.
it propel you. Like,
Yeah.
that shit hit here, dog.
I learned that from Dr. Dre from Compton.
Word?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Oh, wait. Bob Marley, Dr. Dre, there's the salad. We learned the same thing. We're moving forward. Humanity,
2
bro.
plus 2 is 4.
100%. 4 equals 2 plus 2. 100%. We meant to make up a salad. And I just was like, okay, what different salads do I know? I know the Caesar salad. I know the Greek salad. Alright, let's just play it.
Welcome to the dark side of rapping, ladies and gentlemen. The dark side. And what does the side dictate? Take a couple words, correlate, and make them rhyme me
Why
rhyme.
does it have to be the dark side?
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not the dark side, it's just the other side.
The
you
dark
know?
side of woke rapping. You know, where you're not allowed to say anything that's, you're not allowed to just say, I eat the
Meaningful
jam,
shit. That's-
I eat the jam.
That's why I don't consider myself deep. Because, like, there's some, like,
There's
I have-
restrictions. There's
Yo, being
expectations.
deep. I feel like Dexter Navi was deep, and that's why he had to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colourful Melancholy is just true.
The truest. You know, it's either I'm colorful or I'm melancholy, but I'm always within those bounds. And those bounds are like infinitely that way and infinitely that way. So, like, where's the limit? But you're always within the truth. I love it.
Right. So you took a combination of salads.
Yeah, and I was like, if Caesar spoke to the Greeks and Poseidon watered the Spanish, because Greek, then I said Poseidon, and then I don't know why I said the Spanish. I
Yeah,
really
you know, I was
don't
like,
know why I
man,
said
did
the
this guy read up on like mythology? Did this guy, whoa, what did the Spanish, was it El Nino? What happened?
After I wrote the line, I went to go Google Poseidon, Spain, and then I found this other like statue on like a Spanish shoreline of like Poseidon there, and I'm like, alright, if someone researches
there
it,
we
there we are. You know what I mean?
I love
So
it, yeah.
essentially, the last part of the song is just to show, like the whole song. I'm just showing, like, guys, we're limitless. Guys, we're
Anything-
limitless. Guys, we're
anything
limitless.
possible.
Then at the end, I'm like, alright, let me show you guys. It doesn't even have to make sense.
Yeah.
If Caesar spoke to the Greeks and Poseidon watered the Spanish, Alice would be the setting of Wonderland with no malice. Because Alice in Wonderland,
Of course.
you know, then I just triple doubled. Alice would be the setting of Wonderland with no malice. Peter Pan, every artist, and age is only illusion. Because Peter Pan had that thing where he took the kids to Neverland, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if every artist was Peter Pan and age was only an illusion, that means every artist could take everyone to Neverland. Peter Pan, every artist, and age is only illusion. The rage would break every closet and bloom a passionate human. There's this interview I was watching by Duncan Trussell. He's the guy who voices Clancy on Midnight Gospel. And he was just going off about like how many different closets there are. People speak about coming out of the closet as a gay thing, but like there's the artist closet, there's the biker surfer closet. There's like all these things that people want to do, but like they're so in the closet about these things that they want to do because they're not allowed to. You know what I mean? So that rage would break every closet and bloom a passionate human. Like, imagine if every human on earth was passionate about what they fuck with. Imagine if every piece of the salad was proud about the piece of the salad that they are. But fuck it, who are we fooling? hoopy loopy delusion to look a ludicrous loony and learn a thing from the fusion. We're on the brink of confusion. So like, you know.
You know, sorry. Whenever you start an explanation by saying, you know, it's like, this man's about to, you're about to find your way through this explanation.
Bro,
We're walking side by side with you.
You know what the fucked up thing about Mela is, bruh? Like, I feel like the way that it's put in the rap is the clearest way I can put it.
Exactly.
Any other explanation would be complicating it.
Like,
I'm trying
yo,
to.
I said the line.
I
Whenever
already
you say,
said
you
it,
know,
bro. I'm not,
in your mind, the sentence ends there. It's like, yeah, you know, I said it.
that's the thing.
That's the thing.
But I'll break it down. Fuck it, who are we fooling? Hoopy loopy delusion to look a ludicrous loony and learn a thing from the fusion. So, man, there's people on earth who think Kanye is a loony. There's people on earth who think Tyler's a loony. There's people on earth who think Sphwe is a loony. There's people on earth who look at different people and they think that they're these crazy ass loony people. And when you share a space with someone, like your grandma, is that your uncle?
I think that's my.
Gonna see us.
He's open the PK.
I have to stop talking.
Cool. There's anyone. Uncle is coming home right now.
Does that mean I must stop talking?
Yeah,
Or do we carry on, or do we just intermission and, you know, let's put the thing, gears in motion. Let's look at gears in motion again.
Probably gonna put up intermission.
Or you can put gears in motion.
Or I can put up intermission. Enjoy them, Kulu.
I like your pullover, dog.
Right?
Yeah, I'd
I'm trying to get pullovers, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Pull up to the pullover life, dog.
Huh?
Pull up to the pullover
You have
life.
pullovers?
No, I have cardigans. But like, you know, I didn't know anyone else liked pullovers, so I'm happy.
We are pullovers, dude. Alright, so there's people who think Kanye,
So there's
Tyler,
people who think
you,
weird
me,
people. Yeah, thank you for adding me. There's people who think like people are loony, and like when you share a space with someone, there's like this mixture of energy that goes on. There's this fusion that's created. You know what I mean? Like our comfortability is based on like me coming with my baggage, you coming with your baggage. We put it into one pot, and then we have an interaction. In our interaction, we're fused. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of people on earth don't want to be fused with loonies.
Yeah.
Taking that thought further, a lot of people don't want to learn from loonies.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So who are we fooling? Hoopy loopy delusion to look a ludicrous loony and learn a thing from the fusion. And since it's such an absurd thing to learn from loonies, we're really on the brink of confusion. Because when you look at what's average, what is average? Gluteus maximus actions. Ass actions, for those who don't know what a gluteus maximus is. You know what I mean? You know, rapping about ass and rapping about money only for 22 songs straight. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much basicness in being basic. And that's what I feel like is happening right now. The loonies are getting ostracized, and that's taking the salt away from the potato. And the potato now just tastes bland as shit.
And that's all for now. Thank you for joining us on Smartass Episode 3. May the silence be with you.
Let's take our pants off. 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 Let's take our pants off.
I'm cutting. Yeah. Cutting.
Woo! How was that, guys? Was that good?
Yeah. Beautiful. What happened? What day? Smashy. Woo! That's an interview. Let's Dumpy Dub. Bed. That was beautiful, gents. Yeah. It peaked when you took your shirts off. Yeah. Oh my God. Amazing.
Pushing out his chest and it's like complimenting your. Let's go. Right on your carpet, Jay.
How was it? How was it, bro? How did you feel? That was cool. This is really cool, right? Fine.
You guys chose like.
Nah. I also was exactly. It had everything. Dude, that song has everything. I realized when I was like working on it that yo, this shit has everything. There's no better song to show not only like who you are, but also like your skill. Hey, I am Untitled Chapter, Loopy Looney.
Loopy Looney. I'm gonna stop the voice recording.
Yeah, you can, I'm telling you.
From a standstill.